Rolling. Hello, and welcome to episode 9. We decided this was 9, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Episode 9 of Moon Thoughts, and we are joined with 3 new people.
Woo!
Holy fucking shit!
Hell yeah.
So we got Amelia Groundnose and
Hello.
Angrew Yort as
What's going
usual.
on?
I'm Moon Jefferson. We've got Joey Skyward.
Yee.
We've got
Bush FibbBersnarwkle.
Bush FibbBersnarwkle. And Catherine Coldcase.
Yeah.
Okay, and the special event today is that only me and Amelia know the topic of this podcast.
Woo!
And we are about to reveal it to everyone. So I'm going to start off with a little story. A couple days ago, I would say it was Monday, maybe?
Maybe Tuesday?
I think it was Monday, because we...
It was
Yeah, right.
someday
Monday.
during this past week.
Let's just say it was Monday. I shaved my head, but only like in the middle part, like on the top of my head. So I looked really stupid. Like I have decently
His
a
sides were
decent
all
length of hair.
poofy.
And yeah, it was awful. I hated it. I hated every second of it. And then when Amelia saw me, I had my full head of hair again. How did I do this? I used Big Tape Incorporated.
Gotta love
So,
Big Tape.
They are a company run down in Florida.
And you are
I
their
am-
only customer,
I am
correct?
their only customer, and I am single-handedly keeping them in business.
Okay, so when you say Big Tape Incorporated, is that like a huge like corporation, or is it just like a small business like
Dunder
on
Mifflin?
the corner? Yeah,
They-
like Dunder Mifflin.
They're a pretty
Is it
big
like
corporation.
Doofenshmirtz Incorporated?
Huh?
Is it like Doofenshmirtz Incorporated?
With the theme song and everything every single time you drive by.
Yeah, so
So you're single-handedly keeping
I am
this giant
single-handedly
corporation in business.
keeping this giant corporation in business.
How much
That's a lot of
money?
tape.
How much money are you giving them?
I
Big Tape.
am giving them a lot of money.
They got
'Cause,
good tape. They got big
their,
tape.
Their tape is expensive, but hey, it
They got
works.
the good
I
tape.
mean,
real
his
fucking
hair looks like it's
So-
actually growing from his head instead of just taped on. So
Oh, so
good
I
was
that we're
Yes.
business.
hanging our
You could've
Christmas
fooled me.
decorations from?
Yeah,
Okay.
Big Tape Incorporated.
By the way, we are not sponsored by Big Tape Incorporated.
no,
We just love them.
absolutely not.
Big Tape, please give us money.
So
They don't have any.
Give Moon Jefferson.
I'm giving them money.
You're gonna have to ask.
Moon Jefferson.
Big Tape Incorporated is sponsored.
Moon Jefferson, excuse you, there is
we'll get the bite. We'll get the bite. Moon Jefferson.
There we go.
Okay, if they start giving us money, they're gonna go out of business. So we can't do
Big
that.
Tape Incorporated is sponsored by Moon Jefferson.
Yes. So, the idea behind this tape is that it solves all problems, and it comes in 2 colors.
But doesn't cure
Clear.
all illness.
No, that's
No,
the
no, no.
funk.
Oh,
You're
yes,
confusing
of course.
that.
Two colors, that's exciting.
2 colors. Comes in clear
Oh yes.
and
Nothing,
what's it?
right? Nothing. It comes in nothing.
Yeah, clear and nothing.
And opaque.
No,
No,
only
nothing.
2 colors. Clear and nothing.
So the nothing is actually like really, really dark black, but you know,
Wait, is the nothing what you're wearing right now, or is it the clear? The one for your hair?
clear.
Clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Of
It
course.
would look
Nothing
stupid
like
if I
my
had
soul.
black on my head. Like,
Oh.
come on.
I don't know. It could be a trend.
I think
That was
it would,
nothing.
I think it would start a new trend with all that black tape.
I mean,
On his
you'd
head.
probably just look like you had like really dark roots. I don't know.
Well, I used the clear, and it looks pretty real.
Is your hair made out of the
No, no, no.
nothing
No, no, no,
tape?
no, no,
And
it's
it's
just-
held together by clear.
No, I taped my hair
Plus,
back onto my
I
head.
think if he wore the black tape to put the hair back on his head, people would know, and they'd look at his hair and be like, "Those can't be roots."
There's the door, Andrew.
Am I the only one who didn't get the joke?
Oh,
This can't be roots.
Oh,
From the porno that we watched. And
Oh my god! I tried so hard to block that that out of my mind. It worked,
Never
and then.
forget it.
Thank you,
Never
Angrew.
forget.
I greatly appreciate that. I am now scarred for life all over again.
I feel like I scar you for life on the weekly, Amelia.
No, you don't, because I don't get to see you every week. So.
Damn.
Every
You
time
just
he's not
got
scarring you for life,
roasted.
I'm preventing you from drinking.
We can't see each other anymore. Bye, Justin. So
Okay,
wait,
so
that's your name, right? Justin Skyward?
Joey.
Joey
Joey
Skyward,
Skyward.
my bad. Sorry. That was a really loud clap. I apologize.
Please
You
clap.
see it spring up on
Yeah.
Just shattered the atmosphere.
It's what I do. It's my special power. I'm very loud.
She breaks the sound barrier on the regular.
Supersonic clap.
Gotta go faster.
Oh man.
Oops, my name.
You got the name.
My name.
One
My name fell off.
I lost the one thing
Nameless
that
hero.
I lost the one thing that meant
I
everything.
mean,
to
on
me.
the moon.
My identity.
Oh shit! It's just a black rectangle.
Is this the moment where we say rip headphone
For anyone listening
Every
right
time
now,
you laugh,
we
it goes
advised
back.
turning down the volume about 15 seconds ago.
Okay, so what I think could be kind of fun is we'll all go around the room one by one and list one thing that you can do with Big Tape Incorporated.
Just one thing?
Just one thing, and we will go multiple times.
How will I
Oh,
ever
okay.
narrow it down?
Exactly. We'll keep going forever. All right, I'll start. You can use it to tape your feet to the ground.
Of course.
Angrew? Or Catherine. That, yeah.
You can use it to wax Angrew's head.
Yes. Yes, very well. Bush.
Alright, Bush FibbBersnarwkle here. You can
At your service.
quite at your service.
You a fucking journalist?
You can quite literally keep the moon in orbit using this tape.
My man.
You know what you can do with big tape?
No, tell me. Well,
Hmm.
actually, I do, but you know.
You can get snow off of your car.
Yes, yes.
Okay, before I mention what you can do with Big Tape, I have a question.
No.
All right.
Who would win? Flex Tape or Big Tape?
Big tape.
Big tape.
Big tape.
Just making sure. Flex Tape's going out of business.
That's a lot of damage.
Wait, okay.
I just burped into the mic.
Rip headphone users.
I have one more question about Big Tape.
No.
If Big Tape can fix anything, how come they can't fix their own company?
It's running.
Getting deep
Yeah.
here.
They're making money. They're
I'm
single-handedly
keeping
sponsored
them in
by Moon
business,
Jefferson.
and I'm happy to do it. So is
But
it really
are you
a problem?
keeping them in business with like a secure position, or are they
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
barely
They're
struggling?
a big
No.
corporation.
They
They're
can't
doing
even
fine.
take together their own financial
Boy.
plan.
They
How
can.
much are you paying them?
Enough to keep them
Enough to keep them in business.
Where are you getting the money?
Ask Tommy Wiseau.
Angrew. Your turn.
Amelia, did you get
Nope, it's your
No,
turn.
I had too
It's
many
your turn.
questions.
I used. I just hit the mic. I used Big Tape to help repair my shattered self-esteem.
Oof.
Yes, yep, that works.
Works like a charm.
I use Big Tape to
The Big Tape got him.
Is killing me.
sometime
To mend your comedic
I
timing.
like to sometimes when my wheel of cheese breaks, I like to tape it back together so it looks a little more presentable.
Wait, so I've got a question about
Yes.
real quick. So you're from France, right?
Indeed.
No, he's from the moon.
Do the cars in
Maybe.
France just have cheese wheels as the tires?
No.
Damn.
I mean,
But you know what France does have? Really big fucking snails.
Right.
okay. So
They
Moon
eat birds.
So Moon Jefferson over here claims to be from France, but he couldn't even finish a single block of cheese today.
Oh,
Wow.
Ooh, call that.
I think that we should look into this.
I should
think-
revoke his Frenchness.
We should.
See, the French are divided into two species.
The snails and the cheese.
I think that we should use big tape
The
to solve
cheese
this
and
problem.
The baguettes.
Alright,
The cheese and the baguettes.
next use for big tape.
Oh god.
Can I say my first use?
no,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Okay. It keeps me quiet during movie nights. Come on, Coldcase.
The case is going cold.
This one's a cold case.
I use it to.
Okay, can we
She
pass?
has so many answers. All of them, she can't decide
You
which
can
one.
see the meme with like the math equations surrounding her.
That's exactly what was.
Alright, we'll come back to you. Bush. Next use for big tape.
It's Bush here again. So earlier today, I actually got a new pair of shoes, but I grabbed the wrong size, so they're a little too big. But no worries, I put big tape in between my foot and my shoe to keep them on. And not only is it holding my shoe onto my foot, but it's also great padding and insulation.
Were you able to get your shoes off?
No. Because that's how well big tape works.
Alright, Joey, let's go.
All right, so I actually like to eat big tape because, especially the nothing flavored,
Interesting.
Oh, flavor.
Interesting.
nothing colored, because then I forget about my inner eternal sadness. And I
That's
just
fair.
feel nothing.
That works. That works. Amelia.
That was
One
really
use
depressing.
I have for
I
big
already
tape
feel nothing.
is that it keeps my name from falling down.
That's true. That's true. Got to keep that on your forehead at all times. Angry Yort, or your nose.
My wife left me for big tape.
Damn. All right. That got sad.
Wait, you were married?
It got sad over here.
I was.
I wasn't invited to your wedding?
Use big tape.
didn't bring
Solve
big
that
tape.
problem.
Angrew.
Okay. Next use for big tape. You know that feeling you get when you just can't sing that right note that you want to be singing?
No, I don't. I
Always.
don't know that feeling.
Use big tape. It'll help.
I guess for its high fiber content.
Hey, whatever works for you, man.
All right.
Bush.
Bush here again. I actually have nothing else to say about big tape because if you haven't already gone out and purchased your own roll of big tape, then you're just
Hey,
kind of
man. Hey, this isn't an ad.
Please sponsor us.
pass.
Oh. All right. So, do you all see these lights going around the room?
Indeed,
Yes.
I do.
The lights themselves, not the stuff holding them to the ceiling. The lights themselves are big tape.
Whoa.
Oh.
Big tape lights the
Interesting.
world.
Interesting.
Big tape, illuminated, illumination, incorporation. I don't know.
I have
It's
one
big
thing
tape.
to say about that. You're wrong. Next
Okay.
use of big tape.
So, I'm curious. I'm a woman of science. I'm not smart. I'm just a woman of science. So, I decided one day I wanted to see what would happen if I tried to microwave a roll of big tape. It didn't end well.
Please elaborate. What?
I'm lucky I'm here to do a podcast.
My God.
And I don't have a microwave anymore.
Well, you know, big tape will help you find a new one.
Oh, hey, look at that.
What?
A microwave.
Right. What?
Whoa!
Has anybody got some big tape?
Always. Angrew Yort.
Okay.
I used big tape to wax bush.
Bush, how do you
Are you
feel
talking?
about Bush?
Are you talking about FibbBersnarwkle or
Yeah.
some other bush?
No, I waxed a bush FibbBersnarwkle with big tape.
Yeah.
It's
I
really
was
good
gonna
at waxing bush.
Big tape. Good at waxing bush.
So, you know, when you have two sausages that you want to eat,
No.
Yeah.
but
I've never tried to eat more than 2 sausages.
You're not
Good.
leaving
You
your
said
life
2
right.
sausages.
you got two sausages, and that you can't do anything with 2 sausages, so you make them 1 sausage with big tape.
Of course. Why did I never think of that?
Are you in college?
Nope.
Did you get stuck with the top bunk? Do you get hungry in the middle of the night? Use big tape to strap your feed bag right to the ceiling and you'll never have to touch
Indeed, indeed.
Do you personally relate, Moon Jefferson?
Every night. Every night. Even though I don't sleep in a bunk bed. Every night.
You just big
Bush
tape your feet to the ceiling.
FibbBersnarwkle with 3 B's and a narkle.
Bush again.
Coming you live.
I'm here to tell you about how big tape changed my life. Pass.
Okay, I've got a more serious one. You see this carpet that
I
we're
do see
all
this
kind of
carpet.
sitting on?
That is a lovely
I'm not sitting on
carpet,
the
my man.
carpet.
No one asked you.
I'm suspended above the carpet.
It's close enough.
Using big
With
tape.
big tape.
This carpet was given to me by a friend whose uncle's mom worked for Big Tape.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
That's
How can
crazy.
big tape help you?
They gave me this carpet very indirectly.
It's a very nice carpet,
It's
my
my
man.
turn
Thank
now.
you.
Okay. Big tape helps my brother with his workouts. He'll ask me to help him, and so I will take a strip of big tape and I'll just put it on the wall, and he will use all of his strength to try and peel it off the wall. He's getting better. He told me once that he was able to take it off. I don't believe him, but he's working on it. He's getting close.
Then again, you can't see it, so how would you really know?
Can the nothing color not contrast with a really bright colored wall?
You're right. Anger.
Well, from reports I've read, whenever Godzilla attacks, the citizens of Tokyo use big tape to repair their big buildings.
What about their little buildings? What do they do then?
They're fucked.
Yeah, fuck them.
Okay.
Fuck the little buildings.
That's
Don't fuck the little buildings, please.
strange practice, but I won't judge.
But listen, in all honesty, no job is too small for big tape.
That leads very nicely to my point, which is if you ever go diving and you run into some microscopic sea urchin and they start attacking you, well, just cover yourself in big tape and it'll catch all the tiny little sea urchin. Bonus, once you take it back up to the surface, it'll form like a nice crust on the big tape that you can fry in a frying pan and eat.
Ooh.
I have a question about big tape.
Don't
No.
eat urchins,
I've
kids.
probably been imagining this wrong, but I always thought it was double-sided. So, like,
It
I
can
thought-
be whatever you need it to be.
okay, because, like, when you said just cover
Actually,
yourself in big tape,
Let me
I was
rephrase
like,
that. Let me rephrase that. It is whatever you need it to be.
Well, it's just when you said to cover yourself in big tape, I was like, how are you going to get out of that if it's double-sided?
Wait, are we all talking about the same big tape here?
I think we are.
Big tape is
Okay.
whatever you need it to be.
It's multi-purpose.
Okay.
Thought we'd established that by now, but apparently some people aren't following.
I already said I
damn it,
was
Amelia.
stupid.
It's not easy being stupid.
Oh, we're bringing that back now, are
Oh,
we?
we're bringing that back.
Alright, next.
Well, you know, sometimes you're cooking pasta and they tell you it's not ready until you throw it at the wall and it sticks. But sometimes you're hungry now. Big tape can help you out.
That's, yeah.
You better not fucking say it.
It's Bush.
Get out.
Alright. I'm sure
She
many of
pass
our
one more
viewers
time. I'm going to use big tape to staple your ass to the ground.
You don't need staples if you're using big tape.
I'm gonna use big tape to do it.
Big tape staples.
I'm sure many of our viewers can relate, but I have trouble getting up in the mornings, and Moon Jefferson can attest.
That's very true.
What I've started doing recently is I use big tape to tape my alarm to the ceiling, so I have to get out of bed and jump up to turn my alarm off. I still go back to bed, but but the alarm stays on the ceiling because of big tape. And with that, I pass.
Alright, well, like Bush over here, I also have trouble waking up in the morning, but I like to use my big tape for a different purpose. I use it to, you know, do those things in the cartoons where you, like, peel your eyelid open so you can't help but be awake. It's a little less conventional, but...
That's very fair, but it works.
Okay, so big tape.
Good start.
That's all you need.
Now, most of us lived in this one building last year where no matter what happened, the fire alarms would just always go off.
Yep.
On the weekend at like 6 in the morning, it was the worst. And they would go off even, like, if it was a fire in a different building, our building's fire alarm would go off. So you know what I did? I put big tape over my fire alarm to muffle the sound. And when I woke up to smoke in the room, I realized...
Was that from you trying to microwave the big tape?
No, separate occasion.
Oh, okay, my
I was
bad.
awake for the microwave.
Okay, gotcha.
I have a lot of issues with big tape on fire.
I mean, she just has. You could have stopped at issues.
When I built my 5th underground fallout shelter to protect me from the oncoming onslaught of podcasts and the invasion, I would only use big tape to seal the cracks.
Wise move. Wise move.
Podcasts are coming for us.
Oh no.
Spread the word.
So, we're all in school, right? Stay in school.
With
Or
big tape.
don't.
Yeah, use big tape
Don't do
to
drugs.
help you stay in school.
No, drugs help with school.
So, if you're ever in school and the teacher assigns you an essay, nobody likes essays, right? Am I right, fellas? So, you can use big tape to Well, you have to go through a bunch of magazines, find each individual letter that you want to use, and tape it to a blank piece of paper, photocopy it, email it to your professor, and yeah, use
Barter
big
with
tape.
Big tape.
Yeah, the part that uses big tape is the email.
Why don't you just write your essay on the big tape?
No.
That'd be stupid.
Why would you turn in a piece of tape that... Come on, man.
Just trying to be creative.
Well,
It's called artism. Look it
didn't
up.
Next.
Who needs a lint roller when you've got big tape? Pass.
Very true.
So
You don't need this. I'm sorry.
Bush again. So when I'm trying to dispose of a body, but actually, okay, sorry. What's your name again?
Amelia Groundnose.
So Amelia Groundnose, on your last thing with the smoke and the fire detector, I actually had a different understanding of how that was solving your problem. I thought that big tape was so strong that it was actually collecting the smoke, and the smoke was sticking to the tape because of how. Okay.
That's impossible. You're dumb.
No, it was just making me die faster.
Okay. Pass.
Laundry detergent.
Yes.
Big tape flavored Tide Pods.
Okay, so I come from a place where
Me too.
things usually catch fire pretty easily. I'm very familiar with fire, you guys. And also, the ground moves sometimes. So I use big tape to protect myself. By when the ground starts moving, I tape myself in place. And when the fires come, I can't move. Help!
I thought you were gonna tape the ground back together.
Me too.
I said the ground moves. I didn't say
Yeah, but
it
you were gonna-
broke.
But that's okay.
You
Pat,
were right.
Next. Well,
Silly me.
well. Okay.
If I ever want to pretend like I'm Spider-Man, big tape.
Yeah, I hope you make a costume and then you can run around outside.
Well, I was under the impression when he said be like Spider-Man with big tape, I was under the impression like he was able to figure out how to make the roll like shoot out tape, and then he could like stick and swing from buildings.
That'd be fucking.
Oh,
That's-
no. My pretending to be Spider-Man involves putting big tape on my feet, then sticking myself to the ceiling and making out with one of the mannequins in my room. Upside down.
Do you have
Gotcha.
a mannequin? Oh, upside down. Okay, I thought you taped a mannequin to your ceiling and you had to climb up there.
I mean, sometimes I do that and I dress it in Spider-Man outfit. I'm on both sides of the role play here.
Alright, so
Wait, no,
Alright,
it's
we're
Bear's
recording
Lion.
again.
Woo!
Seems
keep
even
telling a story
big
if
tape
you want.
can't save this
What?
podcast from having
That's
audio
fine.
issues.
You already told it at the beginning. Why would I need
All
to
right.
say it
Big
again?
tape, put it back
I
together.
used big tape to put this podcast together. I phrased that really poorly. I apologize. As I was saying, big tape. I put the snow back in the sky. Thank you.
Did you just tape it back to the clouds?
Yep.
What else would you do?
You know what? You're right. I'm
Can
wrong.
you take the tape off?
No.
It's big tape.
Big tape, dude.
You
Holding
just
the
ruined
snow up
Amelia's
there.
life.
I want the snow.
Then go where there's snow.
There was snow here. That's why I was here. And then you just taped it back up to the sky. Now I gotta leave.
You gotta remember that
Go
half
to
her
the
state's
sky.
on fire right now, so.
Yeah, I kind of want the snow. I'd rather have snow than fire. Thanks.
Big tape.
I used big tape to fix the ozone layer.
Very ecological. Thank you for thinking about the environment first.
I don't need that.
Okay.
Keep pointing the microphone.
That's what he's trying to say.
Ooh.
Last year, coming into college, I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to make any friends, so I used big tape to hold people close to me.
Were you gonna say collect?
I was going to say collect.
No, Bush.
To collect
They're
friends.
stuck to you now.
And now I can't get rid of them.
Is that why you're
Thanks,
gone
big
all
tape.
the time?
Thanks.
No comment.
Hey, Joey.
What?
It's your turn.
I was laughing. I'm sorry.
Well, stop.
I could use big tape for that.
You're right.
Okay. So, so, sun is cool sometimes, but not when I'd rather be sleeping. And my blinds don't do much good, so I've just kind of used big tape to cover up my entire window. I used nothing, of course. Clear wouldn't do anything. And now when I look out my window,
Could do anything.
now when I look out my window, all I see is nothing, and I can sleep for 36 hours a day, and it's wonderful.
I mean, that's the healthy amount, isn't it?
You're right, I'm not getting enough.
Yeah.
As it turns out, big tape makes the best butt plug.
Oh, it sounds like I just used it.
Amelia certainly knows.
Yep, you can tape your butthole right shut. So, you know, when you've always wanted to go to the moon, right? But you can't, because you're over 6 feet tall. And bad at math. Well,
Big tape.
big tape. You can tape yourself to the rocket ship, and it'll take you to the moon.
Sweet.
Easy peasy.
Question. Would you just tape yourself to the rocket, or would you also have to put a layer over your head so you wouldn't suffocate when you get into outer space?
You'd have to, like, tape a space helmet over his head.
No, just tape yourself to the rocket. It'll do the rest for you.
Big tape.
I've never tried that before.
Big tape.
So I've been blind as a bat for as long as I can remember. So I put big tape over my eyes, and you know what? I still am.
Big tape! Try using the clear big tape instead of nothing big tape. That might. Sometimes, and by sometimes I mean all of the time, I am late for class.
Wait. You didn't do your intro.
He didn't do it last time either.
too,
Last time.
so-
I missed that?
We gave up.
Because I figured at this point they know who I am.
Wait, who are you?
I'm Bush.
Last name?
I'm a.
Your own last
FibbBersnarwkle.
With 3 fucking
With
sounds.
3 days.
name. Using the Norkle.
And a silent W. So sometimes, and by sometimes I mean all of the time, I'm late for class. But I can solve that problem, and I have, by slingshotting myself with big tape to class. And it's worked 100% of the time. Pass.
But didn't you say you were always late to class?
Until I started using big tape.
Sounds like a conundrum to me.
So what you're telling me is
Yes.
you've been stealing my big tape.
No, I went and bought my own big tape.
No, you can't do that.
You
He's
can't
the
do
only
that.
He's
customer.
the only
I
customer.
am
Well,
single-handedly keeping them. in
Bush is
business.
a bad liar.
I took your big tape and left some money. Therefore, I bought the big tape from you, who you're 100% of their clientele, which means you basically own the company.
Wait, so does
That's not true.
that mean you're a big tape salesman? So does that mean you
No.
work for big tape?
No.
Are you?
Do you have
Big
any
tape?
stocks
No.
in big tape?
Nope.
Well, you
Wait, doesn't that kind of just loophole this entire discussion though? Because if he is the only customer, how do we know how big tape works for us?
Because we've heard customer testimonials.
Because you bought it. I gave you a free sample. I'm not a
should. So then I couldn't
meanie.
have stolen your big tape.
You used up my whole free sample, man. Joey.
I use big tape to cure Angrew's E. coli.
By taping his butthole shut.
Exactly.
You taped closed every butthole in the world so he could stop eating so much ass.
Yeah. Exactly.
Did I ever tell you about the time
Yes.
I ate so much ass I got E. coli?
Yes.
Amelia.
I'm going to take this round and switch it with a question instead of a story.
No.
Because I'm just wondering. I lost my roll of big tape. I'm so sorry. How long does a roll of big tape tend to last? Like, what is the average size of a roll of big tape?
It's infinite.
3 hours to 85 days.
It's not enough. Any chance I'll get another?
I buy a lot of big tape.
Any chance I can get another free sample soon?
Nope.
There's only one sample.
Costs a lot of money, man. I am
They gotta
single-handedly
stay in
keeping
business.
an entire
Can I
corporation
borrow
in
someone's big
business.
tape to help me find my big tape? Like, does big tape attract big tape? Where if I lost mine, big tape can
No,
help me
no.
find it?
You're thinking of
Big tape can
magnets?
do
You should tell big tape to make a magnet big tape.
No.
Okay.
Fucking magnets, man. How do they work?
Like big tape, but only with other magnets.
That's
I
not
was pulling
true.
a yeen, you idiot.
Well, fuck you.
Angry Yort, it's your turn.
You know, a lot of people were concerned when my wife went missing. But
I was.
I wasn't, because
Your wife anymore.
well, here's the thing. Well, yeah, she left me for big tape, right? And then soon afterwards, a lot of people were concerned when she went missing, but I wasn't, because I knew she was taped to the ceiling with big tape.
Is that how she left you? For big tape?
How?
I
Yeah.
wasn't, because I used big tape to
Hold
dispose
on.
of the body.
Your wife
What?
left you? Okay.
Bush, no.
We're getting just a little bit NSFW here. Your wife left you for big tape. So how pleasurable is big tape for women?
I mean, it is big tape.
Maybe if you didn't lose your free sample, you'd be able to find out.
Are you telling me that you've never seen the big tape category on Pornhub?
No.
It's right next to This Can't Be Roots.
Well, that's why she hasn't seen it.
She's blocked it out.
Okay, so
I don't want to relive that
you know
moment.
when you stick your head out of the car window, when you
Yes, I do. I know that very well. Oh, sorry. Did that really spike up in the audio?
yeah.
I was talking. So when you stick your head out of the car window when you're driving on the freeway,
Woo!
you tend to get a, let's say,
Let's say fake high.
no. Let's say a incredibly large amount of oxygen shoved right up your nostrils. And that's not
Nothing
good
like
for
it,
you.
man.
You get really fucking high. And
Fake high.
that's not good.
Real high.
Nobody likes doing drugs. Nobody likes being high. So, what you do, you put...
Amelia, I can see you brought your dog
Amelia?
into the studio.
Amelia, I urge you to get help.
Big tape
So,
is here for
so,
you.
so what do you do? Okay, here's how you can help it. Put a slice of big tape over your mouth. Take another slice of big tape, put it over your nose.
And now I can't breathe.
You'll be over it in no time.
Oh dear, it's my turn again. Come back to me.
All right.
That's what I said when
Angrew Yort.
Angrew's wife left him for big tape.
We're gonna have to do that over. Angrew, please kindly say your name for us on the film podcast recording. He's not working.
You're bald.
Angrew Yort.
Okay.
That's good. Bush.
Oh shit.
Watch your mouth.
First of all, who are you?
What?
You're a bitch. I said Bush.
That goes without saying.
Your bench.
Well, I apologize for my use of language previously. Pardon my French. So when something like that happens, and when at some point I would like to have kids, and if my kids use language like that, I'm gonna take big tape and put it over their mouth.
So
Never be able to talk again.
So instead of the phrase, go wash your mouth out with soap, it's gonna be, go put big tape over your mouth.
Yes. Except I will be putting the big tape on their mouth for them.
You're gonna be a wonderful father.
Thank you.
How about you use big tape to extract the swear words from their vocabulary? As
Then they'll have to
you
use-
would extract a fingerprint from a crime scene.
Then they'll
Big
they'll
tape.
have to come up with more creative swear words. For example, what the FibbBersnarwkle, man?
With 3 B's and an article.
And silent W. And
Nope.
I did not appreciate the joke. And
Yes. All right. So it's getting cold outside, right?
As I previously mentioned, yes.
Of course. You can use big tape to just insulate the earth so that it's always warm.
You mean like how I fixed the ozone layer?
Exactly.
I have another
Paraphrasing.
solution of using big tape to help the earth get warmer. Just make a giant big tape lasso and bring the sun closer.
A big tape what?
Lasso?
Lasso?
lasso.
Lasso.
It's lasso.
I've heard lasso before.
Who the fuck
Just
says lasso?
It's lasso.
Lasso.
I'll lasso you.
Is it the same people who say vaguely?
You know what?
It's the same person who taught me that.
You know who says lasso? French people. What a bunch of nerds.
Not this French person.
It's the same
Right?
person. It's the same
It's
person
the
who
French
taught
people
me.
who can finish a block of cheese.
It's the same person that taught me that was
Offended.
pronounced okay.
Hey, don't
And
you
it's-
mean the moon?
I never said we were in Burma. What?
Burma?
I just don't want to try saying it because no matter what I do, I'm always wrong.
Angrew, it's your turn.
Oh shit. Well, yeah, I am very happy to say that big tape not only cured my erectile dysfunction and paid off my student loans, but also got the police off my back when my wife went missing.
You're welcome.
God, you really just can't get over your wife, can you?
Yeah, man, just get over it. It's
Find
not
another
that
wife.
big of a deal.
Yeah, you know.
Your wife's over it.
Use big tape.
She's on the ceiling with big tape.
She's over the fireplace right now
With big tape?
with big tape.
More like in the fireplace.
What? How
No,
would
she's
you?
over the You ever slow her?
Now, how would you know that,
No, I said-
Bush, if she's missing?
Because
Nobody said she was missing.
admitted to,
She said he
to
was missing.
disposing of the body with big tape.
He also said he knew where she was.
Yeah, she's in the fireplace.
She's on the ceiling.
She's over the fireplace. You ever slow roasted anything before?
Have you ever
You don't put it in the fire.
burnt something with a nice crisp before?
Andrew's wife is now making little tape.
I'm sorry, who?
Huh?
Andrew, messaging?
Little tape.
Oh, no.
Moon?
Please forgive me if I miss things.
I
in the
forgot myself.
conversation. My brain will sometimes leave just for a little
How
bit
selfless.
for a smoke break,
Really?
and then it'll come back.
Forgive me, big tape, for I have sinned.
So, you ever gone for a swim in, say, a nearby lake? And we're all having fun. We're tackling each other. Whoa. We're tackling each other in the water, and it's a grand old time. And then your swimming trunks fall off,
What?
Fuck.
pulled off by an invisible force from down the depths,
It's our
down
competitors
in
at Flex Tape.
the depths of the ocean.
Surprise skinny
Wait.
dipping.
Wait. You're swimming in a lake and your trunks got pulled down by the depths of the ocean?
Yep.
Whoa.
And what you can do to fix that, there are actually two solutions that use big tape. You can tape your swimming trunks to your body so that they'll never come off, and you can go swimming whenever you want because they'll be permanently stuck to your body. And secondly, you could use the nothing big tape to fashion a swimsuit because, did I mention it's waterproof?
No, I
No.
don't think you did.
I think
That's
that one
because
without
it's
saying.
not, but yeah, so big tape, swim trunks.
The moon has been trying to get away from Earth for a long time, and it grows 2 inches further from us every year, which I think
That's
is completely blasphemous.
Tragedy.
So, just strap the moon to the Earth and it can't go anywhere, right?
If you recall, Bush, by the way, if you recall from my first observation about big tape, I very clearly explained that big tape is what's keeping the moon in orbit.
Oh, well, my bad. I'm just a stealer.
Speaking of Steelers, Moon Jefferson stole what I was going to say about big tape. I was going to say that once, and this is a true fact, by the way, I took a shower and I left my towel in my room. But no worries, I used big tape to form a towel. Unfortunately, it was not nothing, it was clear.
Moon Jefferson is gone.
So, I sincerely apologize to all of the residents in A section.
You mean the moon?
The moon. And I sincerely apologize to... That's so close. And I sincerely apologize to Big Tape for making their product look bad. Pass.
I beg to differ.
Whoa!
I think Andrew begs to differ.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I
when I was
remember
on
that
the
now.
show.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Wait, what?
Do I delve into this?
Oh
We
yeah.
can delve in.
Oh,
Let's
please.
delve.
If this is, podcast
Oh, beautiful.
appropriate.
All right. Well,
Anything goes. Not
Yeah.
anything, but
there's one day when, from a time long past, I'm going to take this real quick. All right, here we go. Hello. There was one day in a time long past when we all lived on the same crater in the moon.
Yeah, the fire alarm one.
Yeah, the fire alarm one. And this crater wasn't particularly shitty, especially when people would shit in the showers. That was a fun one.
In the creepers.
Yeah, in the craters, in the mini craters. So, one day, I'm going into the showers.
you're going
Yeah,
into the showers.
I'm going...
You went.
I think we found the shower shitter.
I'm telling this one in the present tense. Y'all ever heard of
Boys, we found it.
One
Ladies
day,
and gentlemen,
Time machine
all
or
things
we
something?
got him.
I'm talking in the present tense. Deal with it. One day, I'm going into the showers, and what do I see in front of me? But like one of the greatest asses on any man I have ever seen. It seriously made me step back and go, whew. Man, who is the beast with that ass? And I look up, and it's Bush! Let me clarify. He doesn't have Bush. It is Bush.
So his ass is just like a bush.
I felt very strange about my sexuality that day. Fun times were had. But it's okay.
Parties or
Yeah, but it's okay because I used flex tape
Ladies and gentlemen,
All things
we got him.
to get
Wow.
to dispel
Get out of here.
flex tape.
It's white.
It's okay though because I used.
We got him, boys.
It's okay though because you know what? I got rid of those nasty thoughts by using big tape to pray away the big gay.
How are y'all enjoying the podcast so far?
It's a good time.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No.
Maybe
You're
so.
the host. You're not allowed to have fun.
You're just here to
You're
moderate.
right. So, a while back, I was feeling kind of sad. My wife had just left. No, I'm kidding.
Angrew, is that you?
That's not true. She's still married to me.
But is she also married to Big Tape?
Yes.
Wait, you're married and I also wasn't invited to this wedding? What do you guys have against me? Are you worried I'm going to eat your entire cake or something?
No,
Here's
I'm
a
worried
thought.
that you're gonna bring flex tape.
They're worried you're gonna steal the big tape.
But, oh, yeah, that's true because I did lose mine.
We all know that you're irresponsible with big tape, and we know that you're gonna take ours.
You can't go to any big tape wedding.
Things, okay?
Anyway, that's not the reason I was sad. I was sad because I have tendy boys in my hand. They invaded me and they're here to stay, unfortunately. So I couldn't do anything for like a couple months. By a couple months, I mean a couple months. So I just put a shit ton of big tape on my feet.
What?
And
Makes perfect sense.
yeah. And I just did my normal, regular, everyday activities with my feet instead of my hands. And it didn't work. And I was even more sad. Next.
Sometimes it's raining,
Very true.
and you might not like to get wet. So if you just wrap yourself in big tape burrito style, the rain can't get you anymore.
Just roll down the street.
The only issue is how do you get out?
Oh, you don't?
Why would you want to?
You're covered in big tape.
Big tape is the most
You have-
loving embrace you'll ever feel.
It's the only loving embrace I've ever felt.
I can't see anything.
Bush.
Get Big Tape.
Bush again.
We're back on this shit.
52.
You were never off this shit.
It's true.
Get off your shit. I'm sorry.
Sometimes.
Yo, can we just let Bush talk? I mean,
You interrupted Bush.
That was
to
the
say-
point. I was making a joke.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Bush who?
Bush.
FibbBersnarwkle.
With three B's and an article and a silent
And a
W.
silent W. Sometimes.
I'm sorry. Anybody want the last slice of pizza?
Never am I able to talk. As I was saying,
Do we have pizza?
Yeah, it's like a whole pizza line.
and with that I pass. No. Sometimes you just have like I'll just have a super long day, and the only thing that gets me through that day is knowing that I can go back to my room and just inject myself with nothing big tape.
I thought you were gonna say heroin.
A little bit of heroin.
Just a little bit.
Just enough to get you feeling good. Okay, so
Coldcase, what are you doing?
Having a good time.
Just bouncing around in the fifth dimension.
Whoa.
Where else do you bounce?
You know what's making that chair
Big
so
Tape.
springy?
Big Tape. Okay, so the lock on my door is fucked up. You know how I fixed it? I put in a work order. And then they used flex tape to hang
Flex tape.
Flex tape.
That's why
You
I
don't
had to
use
call
those
in
words
another
here.
work order.
Fake fan.
That's why. Okay.
Oh,
You're not one to talk.
It's still going. Oh, that's me.
We're gonna get a
Moon
noise
Jefferson
complaint.
is just gonna cut all of
Definitely.
this out.
Oh
Well,
no,
you
it's
know
all
how-
staying.
You know how we can avoid the noise complaint?
Cover your
Flex tape.
entire.
The
No,
big tape.
Soundproof
You
improvement,
corrupted
big
me.
tape.
Big tape.
we can cover all of our mouths with big tape.
No, we can cover,
can cover
everyone in the
everyone-
building's ears with
Um,
big tape.
I was about to say.
Well, I said it first.
My God.
Moon Jefferson's got a case of the
Cover all
grungles.
our mouths with big tape, and this will be 433.
Okay, I have an idea
Ruined
for big
it.
tape.
Doing 433.
What is that?
Hey, do you guys want to perform 433?
Let's do it.
Wait, what?
Anybody have a timer?
What
I
is
got it.
that?
Oh.
Okay, I'm sorry, but what is 433?
Wait, what is
Maybe this
433?
is because I come
4
from
minutes and
hell,
33
but I
Four-
don't
it's
understand
4
any of
minutes
these
and
games.
33 seconds of ambient sound. So it's a piece of music, and the performer doesn't play a single note through the performance.
There are 3 movements though.
Kalema. Kalema.
Okay,
Sleeping next door.
sorry.
I
Oh,
apologize, sorry.
I think we might have to call it.
Aw.
So
Alright.
many things.
Can I finish my last big tape story and then we're done?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so we have a friend who sadly could not make it to this podcast. Don't worry, he's alive, but he almost wasn't. And so he was driving on the freeway when his brakes stopped working.
This is a true story, by the way.
I'm not making this up. He was on the freeway when his brakes just stopped working.
And he lives a considerable distance away from the freeway.
Yeah, how long would it usually have taken him to drive home with normal brakes?
I mean, the whole thing's like a 25-minute
yeah.
drive. I don't know
So
at what
he has
point,
to
but-
figure out how to get home without using brakes.
And he somehow manages to park
Yeah, and
in his driveway.
after driving around the block 3 times, but all of that could have been avoided had he just used a little bit of big tape to fix those brakes. Moral of the story?
Big tape.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's been a wild ride. We've been recording for almost an entire hour.
What you
Yes.
get when you invite guests.
How about we play 4 minutes and 33 seconds as a closer?
All 3 movements.
Because our neighbors complained that we're being too loud. So,
My neighbors.
yes.
Wait,
Well, I
where
guess
do
they
the
are
neighbors
our
live?
neighbors.
Where do the neighbors live? If we're on the moon, are they? Where are they?
They're the
from?
next mini crater over.
My bad.
All right.
I have a
So,
question. Are we
Sometimes
doing
we
all
can
3
hear
movements?
yes.
Of course.
We are doing all 3 movements.
There are 3 movements?
There
With,
are.
three
with
movements.
repeats, right?
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
piano, like they close the piano and open it back up in between movements.
All right.
I think I need a page turner.
Okay, we'll get you one. All right. Start your timer.
Who's doing the timer?
I got it.
Joey Skyward.
Oh, also, what is your fake name? If you're going to be part of this, just this last minute.
How about Charles?
Charles Short.
No.
No.
No,
Charles.
Charles Lesser.
How about
Charles Lester.
Short Nate?
No.
No.
It's Charles Lester.
Charles Lester.
Charles
Charles
Lester.
Lester.
All right. 433.
All right. 4 minutes and 33 seconds performed
Wait, gotta
by.
open the piano.
Is it in 4/4 or 3/4?
Just shut up and play it, man.
7/6.
Ready? Here we go. here for one night only. The sound of Ingrid's butt cheeks.
Hey.
This has been 433, performed by Moon Thoughts.
It was the most terrible performance of this piece I think
that
I've
was a
ever
top
seen.
10
For
performance.
some reason, I thought it was 410. I don't know why.
It's literally called 433.
I know.
Dumbass.
410.
It's okay. I thought Mark Sinclair was Karl Marx.
Okay, how about we conclude this podcast by everybody reminding us of your names, reminding us where you're from, what you do, what you want to do. Yep. I'm Jefferson. I'm from the moon. I love the moon. I want to marry the moon. Again.
This is Coldcase. I'm from the moon, and I would like to return to the days where I could be an amoeba.
Bush FibbBersnarwkle. 3 B's. The last one is a capital, and followed by snarkle with the silent W. I love the moon, and I am signing off.
This is Joey Skyward. I am shockingly from Mercury, but I love the moon since I moved here in 1987. I've loved it.
I'm Amelia Groundnose. I am from a place where it is always on fire in the ground nose, but I moved to the moon. I love trees. I'm not gonna say I love the moon. I love trees. And I don't know what I want, but I do like making podcasts with my friends who are also on the moon.
We're your friends?
I like to think so.
Not anymore.
Okay, nobody join it.
I am Angrew Yort. I'm from Uranus. I love pine cones. And I just want to eat some brownies. That's about it.
Well, you ate all of them, so that's your problem now. This has been Moon Thoughts, episode 9, on Big Tape Incorporated. Solve all your problems. Fix all your problems.
This is not an ad.
Eat fresh.
We are not sponsored by Big Tape.